Okay, so this is Barbara Jovell. Basha, or Basia, sometimes I call her because her name is Basia. Her mother, though, Halina, Halina, was Babcha. This was Darren's friend. She met him in 1981 when he was 19 and he first began working for Cuplex. She had been there for a long time. When Darren ventured off in 1992 to start his own business, Tasnique, Basia came with him and showed him, with her 14 years of experience before he even started working there. Basia showed him the way to make a fortune there for a short time. But I just wanted to speak a little bit on her testimony, a little bit about her testimony. One thing is the supporters will tell you that Darlie and Basia had some sort of falling out because they have to justify why would Basia get up on the stand against Darlie. She had to have something against her. She couldn't be just telling what she observed. She couldn't just be telling that. She was concerned for Darlie. She knew something was going on. And for those of you that have watched me do this over the years, when you saw that I had 2 1-hour interviews with her, you can tell how much she loved Devin and Damon Routier. As a matter of fact, when she was asked their names on the stand, she named their first name, their middle name, their last name, and their birthday. You can see her in the silly string video. She's the one who is holding little Drake's hands up when the silly string is being sprayed off to the right side of the top of the screen. And they discredit Basia pretty badly. Before I did those 2 interviews with Basia and put them up on my other YouTube channel that doesn't exist anymore. Can't find those interviews anywhere. I've looked all through every flash drive everywhere over the years. I can't find them. But she knew something was going to happen. Now, Rich has in one of his videos, he said, there was one part in her interview with Brian St. John, she said she didn't think Darlie did it. And then she went back to Darlie did do it. No, she never said she didn't think Darlie did it. She knew Darlie did it. She didn't want to think it. She didn't want to believe it, that Darlie killed her own kid. But that story with the stick, with Damon in the backyard on the day of the murders, she said he was out back playing with the stick in the backyard, and she could see him through the sliding glass doors. So since Darren and Darlie were in the kitchen arguing, she stepped outside. And she said that Damon came up to her and said, "Can I spend a night with you tonight, Miss Basha?" And she was trying to explain to him, "Well, no, you can't come spend the night with me. I have to work in the morning and blah, blah, blah." And she said Darlie interrupted her. But she said that she asked Damon before, "Why would you want to spend the night with me?" And he said, "Because Mommy's being mean to me again." And then she said Darlie interrupted that conversation. Now, is that hearsay in a court of law? Absolutely. But did she say it unprovoked? And that video got almost 300,000 views, so I know people saw it. I didn't provoke that out of her. Now, the supporters will tell you that they have had some kind of falling out, but you can see up until the day of the silly string party that Basia was welcome because she was tended to Drake so they could do their... Even in the interview, when Darlie walks off, she looks away and she walks off. She's walking over to Basia and Drake. But Darlie's state of mind was that she was tired. She really was tired of being a mom. Or the stress was too much. She wanted more help she felt like, she just demanded more help. That's why she made him pay for housekeeper. She had housekeepers for a couple years. Now, Helena only worked for him for a few days, if that. Basia had known them. She was her maid of honor at their wedding. So, and now the supporters will tell you that Basia got upset because, here she helped them build that Tasnique up to the ground, and he wasn't paying her so much, and blah blah blah. Basia wasn't upset. She loved those boys. She wasn't upset with Darlene there. Now, and she's got all this psychiatric and all these drug problems and everything else, But just because somebody has had a psychiatric past and had drug problems in the past, for anybody, Rich, Even if there's a supporter out there that really has had that stuff happen, that doesn't make them a bad person, that they can't be believed. Matter of fact, people who go through stuff like that, they get a distinct kind of intellect after coming out of some kind of tragedy, like being a young drug addict or being abused, or things like that. If you come out of that, it always makes you a stronger person. But anyways, I'm gonna leave you with this. Darlie really did not like to take care of the kids. There was numerous stories of her allowing the children to play in the neighborhood, up in playing in open construction. There's testimony that she was notified by a neighbor that the boys are playing in a construction zone, that she got no response from Darlie. So, and even in Barb Davis's book, she said, Darlie was happy with Devin and Damon as long as they weren't around. That's why you also have the story of how Devin and Damon would take that screen off that led to the garage to get to the freezer right there to get popsicles, because Darlie would be in there sleeping. They'd want popsicles. Texas is always kind of hot and sticky sometimes too. Nothing better than a nice popsicle. How quiet it is to get that screen off of there. And just go on in and get your popsicle. Okay, did Darlie sometimes bring the children up to the shop? Answer: yes, she had. Question: do you recall an incident when she brought the boys up to the shop around the same time period? Answer: sometimes with just the baby and Damon, mostly because Devin was still at school. Okay, do you recall the times she brought the boys up and wanted Darren to take care of them? Well, she had errands to run, so we would keep an eye on the children. At Tesnique, the company Darren was trying to build so they can get their $250,000, $300,000 a year, from 90, 92, 93, 94, and then 95, they saw a decline because technology had become different, and you didn't need to hand test those computer boards anymore like he was doing. They had machines that did that now. So he started to lose business because his technical company was becoming obsolete. And here this young guy is, he's trying to give Darlie whatever she wants. Working hard. If you check into Darren's background, he's always been a hard worker. He's always been successful in school, in sports, most likely to succeed. He was a go-getter. And he was trying to do his thing for Darlie. But this short clip of Basha Jovell, just imagine she's showing up with, I can't watch these kids. You let them stay up here while you work. Darren seemed to be doing the responsible thing, which would be to provide the best he possibly can for his family. In a perfect world, women would be able to stay home and do what they chose without to worry about the financial stress at all. Nowadays, though, we have more professional women. But when I came up, the woman could stay home. Well, she had errands to run, so we would keep an eye on the children.